Well, today is December 17th, 2024, and I've got my Diet Mountain Dew in hand. I don't do this very often, so this ought to tell you kind of where I'm at right now. If this is where I'm going for, yeah, I'm probably a little bit tired. But anyway, it is December 17th, 2024. We are in 1 Samuel chapter 4, verse 2. We're looking at the ESV translation this morning. And before we start reading the text, let me encourage you, please subscribe to the channel and like this video and share it. Would really appreciate you doing that as we try to get our algorithms to a point where this will start popping up on more and more feeds, and so more and more people can be exposed to God's word. Anyway, 1 Samuel chapter 4, verse 2 says this: "The Philistines drew up in line against Israel, and when the battle spread, Israel was defeated before the Philistines, who killed about 4,000 men on the battlefield." All right, in this verse, we see the unfortunate reality that despite Israel's readiness for battle, they are soundly defeated by the Philistines. The defeat is significant, not just in terms of lives lost, but also in terms of Israel's spiritual condition. You see, while they may have physically prepared for battle, their defeat reveals that something deeper was missing, a reliance on the Lord, And in this time of crisis, Israel's failure to seek God's guidance or to trust in his power resulted in a devastating loss for them. Now, this sets the stage for Israel to reconsider where they are placing their trust. Now, the mention of the battle spreading across the field emphasizes the chaos and the overwhelming nature of Israel's defeat. The Philistines, their victory wasn't a small setback for Israel. It was a clear and decisive defeat that affected thousands. You see, the loss of this battle is a wake-up call to Israel, highlighting the consequences of acting in their own strength without God's blessing. And in the same way, you and I can experience spiritual defeat when we try to handle life's battles without leaning on the Lord. The victories that seem promising in our own strength can quickly turn into defeats if we fail to acknowledge God's sovereignty and to seek his help. So as we consider Israel's loss, we must ask ourselves where we are looking for spiritual strength in our own lives. Are we trusting in God alone? Or are we depending on our own abilities, depending on our own resources, depending on our own strategies? You see, Israel's defeat serves as a lesson for us to keep God at the center of our lives, especially in times of challenge and opposition. And just as Israel needed to return to God, so too do we need to continually reorient our hearts and our actions towards him, acknowledging that ultimate victory comes from his hand alone. So let me ask you, are you facing a challenge where you've been relying on your own strength instead of God's? Like Israel, we could sometimes fall into the trap of believing that we can handle things on our own. So today, take some time to reflect. Reflect on where you may need to humble yourself and to place your trust fully in God. Seek his guidance in prayer and surrender your plans to him. And trust in his power to bring victory in whatever battle you're facing. Remember that with God, all things are possible and victory belongs to those who rely on him. Take care of yourself. I'll look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.